Previously on 1D10, the show!
Attention adventure types. Do ye like gold?
Yes.
Have ye skills?
Yes.
Like to see the world and kill in new places?
Oh yeah.
Fancy a bit of fancy?
I don't know what that is.
Rearing to solve a mystery? Find your way to the docks of Lone King's Isle on the eve of the summer solstice. And so, as you guys get out, you see these hyenas just kind of scattered across the road and a little bit off to the sides, and they're just corpses. They're dead. But you also see these purple lights kind of floating around, and upon you seeing these lights, the lights suddenly start diving into these hyenas. As Horace stops the wagon, he turns around to you and goes, "Alright, time for you folks to get out."
Okay.
I can't
get
go
out?
in there myself, but... yeah. You know, the gargoyle
What is
still
the
doesn't
time?
like me in my kind, so... My name is Scuzz. Scuzz Filth Bucket.
Say again.
I was gonna say Scuzz Huddly Hoodly Wuddly.
It's Scuzz Filth Bucket. Us filth buckets have helped the Green family for generations.
What kind of creature is Scuzz?
So, Lord Cypher, from your days studying at the Church of Genericus, you studied these creatures before, and this is...
Ha! Hello, kobold.
Off with you, sirs, and in the morning we will have plenty of activities to test your worthiness. I very much look forward to it.
Who's ready for some odd couple style mischief? This week on 1D10, the show! And so, let's just jump right back into things. And you had all just been sent upstairs by a little creature called Scuzz Filth Bucket. And you were all sent to different rooms together. Now, as you guys get to the top of the stairs, you see that there are these three halfling maids. They are all identical. I know that you are going to ask this. Yes, you can consider them hot. I don't care.
Are they hot?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they go to guide you into your rooms one at a time. So the first room, it looks like there's only two doors on the left. One is just right there as you enter the hallway, and then the other one is down way close to the end of the hallway, but there are several doors to the right. So for the first door on the right-hand side, none of you guys are going into that room. But in the second room, Locke is going in there with the feline character.
Right.
And then in the next room on the right, we have Roscoe and Quills. Both of you are going into that room.
I'll make sure to go after Quills.
I graciously accept.
In the next room, we have Lord Cypher and a large orc. And in the last room... well, not the last room, because there is one room that is after that. But in the last room that you guys are going into, Dave is entering there. The dwarf that does not have a beard and has one leg, and the slightly older scholarly gentleman.
Gotcha.
And so, with that, let's go into these rooms one at a time to see what's going on. And so, Locke.
That's me.
As you walk into the room with this feline woman, she looks at you warily, and you notice there are 3 beds. And she immediately goes to the side of the room that has two of the beds and puts her pack down. And then she just points across the other side of the room at the last bed and goes, "You go there."
Sure, I have no problem taking this bed. If you get cold at night, just let me know.
I must warn you, I have trained with the elves, and I do not sleep, so you cannot catch me off guard.
Oh, well, I wasn't planning on, catching you off guard, or that you were, be sleeping, but, that's something else.
Well, young one, tell me, what are you truly doing here?
And she starts rifling through one of her packs, pulling out random little bottles of, it looks like poisons or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, just looking for something new to get me a little bit of adventure in life. I was just out ranching for a long time and thought I could use something different. So, got this invitation and here I am. So, I'm not really in it for glory or money, although money is nice and glory can be nice as well. But I'm also just enjoying doing something different.
She pulls out a piece of parchment.
Okay.
And looks excitedly at it. And then she's like,
That'll do, I don't really care. I just wanted to, keep you busy for a moment.
and then she starts looking around the room more closely and she's like,
I don't know if it's this one.
she looks back down at the piece of parchment.
Oh. Are we looking for something specific in this room?
Shh! She raises her hand to silence you. And then she walks over to this suit of armor and starts examining it very closely, looking down at this parchment, then looking at the armor, then looking a little bit disappointed. And she takes the parchment and stuffs it back into the pack.
Oh. Not the suit or armor you were hoping for?
Quiet, we don't need to speak to each other.
Oh, well, it makes the time pass so much more when we are enjoying one another's company.
Enjoying the other's company isn't something that I usually relish.
Well, you should give it a try. It can be quite exhilarating.
Then tell me, young one, how do you enjoy one's company?
Oh, well, that depends on who I'm with.
Examples?
Oh, well, if I'm with some of my friends, enjoy just going out and spending time with them and getting a drink and maybe, doing something fun there. But if I'm in the presence of a lovely lady like yourself, I tend to want to spend the time differently.
She's over there just sharpening her claws as you're saying this, like her set of weapon claws and not her actual claws, and just kind of grunts at you.
And yourself, what do you do to pass the time?
I hunt.
And anything specifically or just everything in general?
Whatever my people need, I gather.
So, is there something your people need here?
There's something that has been stolen from us. And we believe it is on this island. Our intelligence has taken us to this very hallway.
Interesting. And what is it that was stolen?
You need not concern yourself.
Oh, well, I mean, if we are going to be spending time in a room and who knows what's going to be happening in the morning or tonight, that, I think I can be of help to you.
Can you roll a persuasion check for me, please?
Oh, sure. Gonna roll a persuasion. I got a 7.
A 7! Yeah, with a 7, she looks at you and she goes, I cannot trust those outside of Terra with our secrets.
What if I do an animal handling role instead?
You cannot handle this animal. That much is very obvious. Your character at level 1 is not ready to handle this animal.
No, come on. I deal with animals all the time.
Let's go into the next room, why don't we? Quills and Roscoe. Now, here in this room, obviously, I have no control because it's just the two of you, so I want to know what's going on.
What does the room look like when we walk in?
Basically, there's a single lantern, there's a small bookshelf in the corner, there's a rug, there's a coat of arms, and you have 3 beds, 2 against one wall and 1 on the opposite wall.
And it's just Roscoe and I in this room?
Just the two of you in that room.
I'll come in and go to the nearest bed and start to unwind, taking my pack off of my back and setting my staff down upon the bed and turning to face Roscoe.
Alright, I will come in. And I'm going to go on the bed opposite of him. Over here. And I'm going to take my pack off very slowly. Pull out one of my daggers. Just sit on the bed and just stare at him. While just kind of thumbing my dagger. Kind of like, checking how sharp it is. And just watching.
I notice you look at me quite cautiously. May I ask why?
I don't like gnomes.
Did a gnome hurt you in the past?
You could say that.
I can assure you I am not that gnome that hurt you. You don't have to hate all of us.
Alright then. You can give it a try, I guess.
Alright. I'm not really sure whether to fully believe him when he says that.
Oh, well, I mean... I understand you're not the exact gnome, but how am I sure that not all gnomes are the same? I mean, from what I've seen, not very impressed.
Well, I assure you that I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to learn.
Here to...
To learn.
Ah. Well, if that's it, alright. Night-to-night, and I'm gonna lay down and go to bed.
And then there's a knock at the door.
I walk over to the door and answer it.
I get my hands on my weapons.
There's one of the halfling maids that's standing there, and she goes, I'm sorry, but we forgot a pillow on one of the beds, and I just wanted to bring it in. Would that be all right, sir?
I'm gonna take this moment to see how he looks at the maid.
I look at the maid. What does she look like?
Well, I mean, she's a halfling. She has kind of a bob haircut, brunette. She has a rose in her hair, and just kind of this black uniform that looks pretty appealing.
I look up at the maid and kind of step aside and motion for her to come in.
Alright, does he look attracted to her in any way, like with his eyes? Okay. Roscoe starts to ease up a little bit. The tension that he's been kind of brooding just kind of goes, and he puts his knives away.
And she goes over to the bed that Quills is standing next to and puts a pillow down and then kind of looks lovingly at Quills, pats him on the shoulder and says, "Thank you, sir. I apologize that it was not set beforehand."
That's quite all right. Thank you for bringing the pillow.
No time. And if you need anything, please just ask. You can go to Skuz and you can ask for us maids by name, and we'll be right here for you. And she looks into your eyes kind of lovingly and flirtingly, and
I think we'll be quite all right here, and I look over towards Roscoe to see if he needs anything.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Just peachy. Gonna just get myself ready for bed. So nothing really more I need to do.
I think we're good here. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sis. If you need us, just call. And she leaves the room.
Right then.
As the moment that she leaves, I look back to Roscoe and just kind of a quizzical look on my face. Did that seem odd to you at all? The way that she spoke, she seemed like she was, almost trying to seduce me.
Yeah, you'd think that. Seems most gnomes are the same. It's alright then. But yeah, I'd say this whole place is a bit on the strange side. I haven't really felt at ease since we've walked through the gates.
Well, if there's anything I can do to put your mind at ease, let me know.
Oh, I'm not worried about you anymore. Just worried about our competition, our tests, what we're gonna have to do. But we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I've decided not to kill you tonight, so that's a good thing, right?
Thank you. I think.
Maybe we could be friends.
Yes, I hope when the real challenge comes that I can count on you to be there beside me and not putting a knife in my back.
Roscoe's gonna laugh, like, over the top, and then just, like, put his daggers away and start to unload his stuff and, like, get ready for bed.
Perfect! Now moving on to Lord Cypher. So, Lord Cypher, this orc wants you to go into the room first, even though he's not talking, or, he's not really saying anything, not really communicating, but just kind of gesturing and grunting. And then he just kind of walks in very slowly and cautiously, one hand on his big battle axe, just watching every movement that you're making.
No need to fear me, my gargantuan friend. I know I cut an imposing figure for a human, but the truth is, I understand that you, like myself, are just a righteous warrior here to do what needs to be done to keep the world safe. So, let's go to sleep, catch a little shut-eye, and no one needs to get stabbed or axed, as it were.
He just looks at you, and then slowly starts to nod. And he lays down in the bed, but you can tell, he's holding a couple of small throwing axes in each of his hands, cross across his chest, vampire style, ready to attack if anything happens in the night. And he starts to sleep.
Good night, friend.
All right, now Dave.
Uh-huh.
So in your room, you have these two people. There's this dwarf without a beard and with a peg leg, and then there's this slightly older gentleman who looks very scholarly. And the older gentleman is getting his things on his bed, and he's kind of been just talking about everything and nothing ever since you walked into the room. He goes, oh yes, and then there was a time when I read this passage, and it was by this great philosopher, and well, as a monk, you understand the value of philosophy, of course, and really it made me so introspective on just the human condition. Well, not only the human condition, but also the condition of all races and creeds on the earth, and how really we are all like brothers, but in a more real sense, we're not.
What was your name again?
Rawlings. You can call me Rawlings. And he goes over to shake your hand.
Okay. I hope you don't mind shaking my hand, since I don't have the full-on human experience, since I am half dragon and I am half a human, because I'm a dragonborn.
I apologize. I realize that terminology may have been more offensive than I was meaning. But of course, it's really just every creature on the earth is like a brother. Is what I'm really saying.
Ah, okay. I was misreading you a little bit there. I thought you were kind of being one of those segregated types. But okay, you're a friendly type. Okay, well, you and I'll get along just fine.
Yes. I don't know so much about this other little one over there. He doesn't seem to really like me much.
Yeah, what a freak that little guy is, isn't he?
And at that comment, this dwarf rushes at you with a dagger out. Can you please roll a dexterity save?
Oh, dexterity. That's my favorite. Dexterity. Now let me find it.
Woo! A 20! Okay, with a 20, you nimbly dodge out of his way. In fact, you do a little flip right over him, and he runs into the wall and falls down, and he goes, "Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I get very sensitive when people talk about me being a freak. You know, obviously, I'm a freak amongst my own kind. If you look at my chin, there is no beard upon it."
I do see the beardless face upon your face. I gotta say, though, when I was back being in my monastery, I was called a freak all the time. So when I call someone else a freak, I mean it as a term of endearment because that's kind of who I is.
I can appreciate that, sir, but that's not how I view that word. So if you could change that terminology while we're in the same room together, I would very much appreciate that kindly, sir.
Okay, I'll think of something else. Beardy? No. Leggy? No. I'll just go with friend for now. I'll come up with something here pretty quick, though. Friend.
All right, and what can I call you, friend?
My name is Davidicus, but you just call me Dave, because Davidicus can be a little bit long to say. By the way, I noticed your accent sounds a lot like my accent. Are you from the same monastery?
I don't know about no monastery, but I was raised up in the northern mountains by you know, some other of my folk who also may have been shunned for different reasons. And, well, here I am now.
Okay. You want the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
Well, there ain't no bunks here. There's just that bed over there, and the bed over there, and the bed over there.
We can stack them if you want. Do I have to roll dice to stack one of these beds?
If you would like to stack one, go ahead and roll a strength check.
Oh, all right. I'll pick up one. Oh, all right. There we go.
A 24. Okay, with the 24, you are definitely able to pick the bed up. So tell me how you'd like to stack it.
Well, I was kind of thinking a pyramid stacking since there's 3 beds. So I'm going to put one bed in the middle, and then I'm going to raise up 2 of the other beds so that 2 of us get kind of a posturepedic treatment, if you will.
All right, I guess we can try that if it's right with the old guy. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just taking notes here. And he's scribbling on parchment. These customs of yours are absolutely fantastic. Well, where is it that you say that you came from? What was the monastery?
Oh, the monastery I came from was the monastery of the Silent Reborns.
Oh, the Silent Reborns. I believe that I've heard of them. That's just south of Terra, is it not?
Yes, it is. No one talks there. That's why sometimes people say I talk too much. I didn't talk my whole life until I left there, which doesn't make sense for my accent, but maybe I'll get to that later.
My theory is that nobody can talk enough!
I don't get it.
Alright, well, I don't know if this pyramid thing will work for me, though, so But I'm accustomed to sleeping on the floor. I'll sleep on this rug. Just grab me my pillow down from the top if you would, please.
Okay, here you go.
Now that looks like a right comfortable rug.
I think we're gonna get along fine here, Mr. Roommate and other roommate. Yeah.
Rolling, sir.
Rolling, that's right, Rollins.
I
Go on.
apologize. I didn't tell you my name. My name's Smither Mackelson.
Smither.
Smither.
Okay, Smither. I like that
Smither.
name, Smither.
Yeah, it's because they thought that I'd be like a blacksmith, but like I'm better at killing, and so they wanted to call me Smiter, but they decided to just do the middle and do Smiter.
Oh. Okay, I like that. You got to tell me all about that blacksmith and killing job.
All right, there's a lot of fun there, and I apologize once again that I tried to kill you earlier today, but you got some skills there, sir. I gotta say that.
Thank you. Yawn noise. Should we go to bed?
Indeed we shall! Okay, and with that, all of you are now resting in your rooms. Locke, we are going to go back to you. Now, you are technically trancing because you are a half-elf, correct?
You know, I'm not sure. I know full elves trance, but sure, why not? I'm trancing.
Okay, you're trancing. So as you are trancing, you see kind of something strange a couple of hours into your trance, where there's just this flash in the room, and it's this bright red flash, and then you hear a cackle. And I'm going to end your time right there.
Oh, well, okay then. Cackling red light.
You'll
flash.
see what happens in a moment. All right. However, in the next room, Quills, we are going to start with you. As you start to sleep, you begin to dream. And this dream is one that maybe you've had in the past. You are back home in the underground, and you are working with your family. But of course, as it is a dream, there are a few things that seem a little off and different. One of your family members, for example, changed into more of a rat-like creature and began to shrink down until it was a rat. And it began to run away from you. And, you know, I don't believe that you are a lucid dreamer, so you wouldn't have much control over this, but you started to chase after the rat. And then the rat started growing his tail longer, and it started to get scales. And you chased it, and you chased it all the way to the surface. And this thing kept on changing until it did not resemble a rat in the slightest, but some sort of red demon creature that looked at you with these great red eyes and these golden horns. And it lets out this cackle. And there's a flash. And we're going to end that right there for you. Now, Roscoe. Roscoe, I believe that you are a little bit more of a lucid dreamer type, that you have a little bit more control over your dreams. So we're going to see exactly where you are going to go in this particular dream. Now, you are starting out the dream at your mother's cottage, and she has just fixed you a lovely meal, and as she is vegetarian, you know, it is basically a salad, but there's some sort of odd goat cheese in there that you hadn't tried before.
All
There
right.
you go, son. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Right, Mum. What is this?
Well, it's a special kind of goat cheese. To be honest, I actually had this cleric give it a special blessing, and so it's supposed to restore your health in different ways than normal, to where you feel even more vivacious than ever, my boy. She goes and she pats you on the head.
I'm gonna look at it quizzically and skeptically, and be like, "Oh, well, thanks, Mum, but I'm not hungry. No, I'm all right. I actually had a big steak before I came over down there at the tavern with Billy and the boys. We put down a drink and had ourselves a steak, so I'm actually not really hungry for this salad."
Now, Rossi, you know that I don't approve of those boys.
"Yes, Mum, but they're my friends, and I met them at work."
They are bad influences on you. Don't you remember that time where... And you just hear this strange static noise as she starts telling this story, and it seems like there's something wrong with your hearing.
I'm gonna put my finger in my ear and try to clean it out, see if that helps out a little bit.
And as you look at her, you see that her face, her eyes had actually gone wide, and she looks frightened at something, and she's actually shouting. And as you clean out your ears, you're able to hear her go, "What is that? What is that outside the window?"
I'm gonna grab my bow, load it quickly, and then aim out the window.
And with that, you see this giant green demon creature with black horns bend over and look into the window, and you just see its giant red eye as it begins to cackle.
I loose the
And that's
arrow.
where we're going to end.
Oh, okay.
All right. And Lord Cypher. Now, as you are dreaming, as you are prone to do, you think of yourself very, very highly. And so, of course, in every dream, you are the hero. Because you are Lord Cypher. You have Lord in your name. You are holy. And you are dreaming about saving this village of fair young maidens who are all very gracious to you for helping them in their trials as their houses are burning around them, and they're all just gathered around you, hanging onto your legs, begging you to not leave, but to stay with them for the night, to protect them a little while longer.
Is it just me, or did the village get hotter after the fire? Am I right? It's me, Lord Cypher.
So these maidens, they look at you longingly and they go, "But she will come. She will come in the night when you're not here."
That's not how it normally happens.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding, ladies. Who are we talking about? Who's coming? Who are you worried about? Because Lord Cypher's got a sword and he knows how to use it.
And then suddenly, all of these maidens around you start just melting away. Their skin starts rotting and melting off of their bones. And their bones are just there with their eyes still alight, looking at you for hope, until their eyes catch a flame, and the flame turns black and large, and then slowly dissipates as these skeletal things just fall, and everything is ash around you. And
No, but
as you
I saved the village. What's going on?
As you look out, you see this short, purple demon-looking creature with orange horns look out at you. and start to cackle. And that's where we're going to end with you. Dave!
Uh-oh.
All right. Now, Dave, you're used to some great meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I bet that your dreams are, usually pretty much the type of dreams, that you have sometimes where one of those boring dreams where you're really just like asleep, or in your case, you're just meditating right where you are, except you know that you're dreaming and you know that it's not real because like you see a strange color off in the distance or something and like, okay, I'm dreaming, but nothing exciting is happening, right?
Just another dumb meditation for me, but boy, am I relaxed. But bored.
And then you see these three demon creatures. There's a tall red one with golden horns, medium green one with black horns, and this short, stout purple one with orange horns come in, and they just sit on the bed across from you and just start looking at you. And then they start whispering to each other. And do you speak Infernal?
Is that on my sheet?
Yeah, that should be on your character sheet. It should have languages.
Infernal. Let me double check. This is embarrassing. I should know this. Infernal. Let's see. Language common, language draconic, and language infernal. Yes, I speak infernal.
Okay. All right. In that case, you understand what they are saying as they whisper to one another. And they go, "Now this one is interesting. Yes, darling sisters. He could make a good specimen.
What?
Oh, but precious sisters, let's not forget, he was brought here by the Gwyn one.
The what?
Yes, lovely sisters." And they are not responding to you at all. They're just talking to each other, one right after another.
It's kind of hard to meditate with your whisper in there, ladies.
It acknowledges us, sisters. That is odd, sisters. Ah, yes, darling sisters, it is. Oh, precious sisters, what shall we do with this one?
You could leave so I could meditate. That's just a recommendation, of course.
I think we shall have fun with this one, sisters. Yes, sisters.
I'm bound by the monastery rules of non-engagement with the opposite genders.
This one and the others. And then all three of them start to cackle. Hello there, my lovelies. This is Brady, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, just give you an update on what we are doing with our YouTube promotion. We are working with a couple of local game stores here in the Salt Lake area, and we are finding that we have some good stuff coming up. And so to be ahead of the curve, just make sure that you go onto our YouTube channel, which you can find you can find on our Facebook page. You can find it linked there, or you can just go to youtube.com and search for 1D10 the show, and we should be the first and pretty much only result. And then make sure that you subscribe to our channel, make sure that you like our videos, make sure that you comment, because we want to see what you guys think. We put in a lot of effort into those video recordings, and so we want to have a little bit more from the video side of things. But in the meantime, let's just get right back to this week's episode. And now, back to everyone. So everyone
has heard this cackling and has arisen from either their trance or their sleep or their meditation, as something seems different about these rooms. Everything is similar, but kind of off in the same way. Instead of suits of armors in the room, well, I guess suits of armor. Let me be grammatically correct there. Instead of suits of armor in the room, you see these grotesque gargoyle statues. The walls are almost this lava red, but still there's this darkness to it. You see just random spikes poking out of the walls here and there. Everything is made of stone, where before it was wood and, fine masonry. But here it almost looks like you are all in caves. Those of you who had different people in your rooms, other than Roscoe and Quills, both of you are still in the same room. However, Locke, Lord Cypher, and Dave, you do not see the companions that you had in your regular rooms. You just see each other. What do you do? Let's start with Locke. What do you do?
So where the cat lady was, I see one of my companions?
Nope. You see an empty bed, but obviously not the same bed that you saw before. Oh. And you have none of your possessions around you other than what you had on your person as you got into bed.
It's a good thing I always sleep with my gun. So the demon knight is not doing anything. He's just there.
Yeah, it's seems to be a statue.
Okay. Well, this is odd. And it's like I'm in a completely different room.
It's like you're in a completely different room.
All right. Well, then I leave this room and go see what's going on.
Okay. As you go out into the hallway, let's see what's going on with Quills and Roscoe.
I look over at Roscoe. Are you awake?
Yes. Are you doing this with your magics?
This is not me, friend. This is something else. I look at the gargoyle, and does this gargoyle have any resemblance to the gargoyles that we saw on the way into the castle?
Do an investigation check.
I'm good at that.
Good thinking. While he's investigating, I'm going to start putting my armor and my weapons back on as quickly as possible.
Except for they are not there.
They're not there?
Only what you had on your person.
Oh, that's right.
When you went to bed.
Well, then the dagger under my pillow.
Okay, that investigation roll is a 24. With a 24, you notice that it is very similar to those gargoyles. However, it's like this is like the perverted end of it. Like something is where those gargoyles outside seemed pretty standard. Here, this is grotesque. It's almost falling apart in places, and you feel this just evil sense about it that you did not feel with the statues at the front.
Is there any
castle.
simulation between these similarities between this statue and the demon from the dream?
They look fairly similar, except for this statue has wings where the other one did not.
Does Roscoe say that out loud, or was he just thinking that?
Yeah, I'll be like, looks like, I think I had a dream about this one, only doesn't have any wings.
You dreamt about this?
A bit. Something's going on here. I knew this place was weird, but seems we've really gotten into something a little bit bigger than ourselves.
I admit I also had quite a strange dream.
Oh, yeah?
Creature appeared before me.
Was he
Appeared
green?
like a demon.
green demon black horns? About
No, this one was
about
was
medium
red.
size. Sorry,
No,
go ahead.
This one was red.
Red? About medium size? A little bit bigger than us?
Yes, roughly.
I see. Right then, well,
I look at the eyes of the gargoyle. Do the eyes colored at all?
No, there's just empty sockets where eyes might be. It's a statue.
I'm just gonna smile big and be like, well, it looks like we got ourselves a little bit of an adventure. Let's go ahead and investigate. And I'm gonna head out the door.
Yes. Let's join with the rest of our party.
Okay. Lord Cypher. And so I assume that you go out in the hallway as well.
That sounds like a wonderful plan of action.
All right. And Dave.
So I of course I sit up and I look around and trying to figure out where all the suit of armors went. I meant suits of armor. I'm gonna follow suit and run out into the hallway. No, I'm going to slowly walk out into the hallway.
All right, so now all of you are in the hallway, and you notice that, strangely, this does seem to have the same setup as the castle, but of course, everything is just kind of dark and in tones of red, and it almost looks like there's blood running down the walls. Like, it's a little creepy.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay, but
I'm well rested.
what?
Everybody else
What's
get
going
a weird
on?
dream as well?
Yes, I did have a weird dream. There was a demon in it.
Mine was pretty normal, except for the whole demon part, but, you know, can't really choose your dreams, can you?
I had exactly half of a great dream.
Was I the only one that woke up in a different room, or was that just me? I know that question made no sense, but
No, it makes perfect sense.
You mean like it looked different, or you mean like with different people?
No, the whole bedroom looked different.
Yes, looks a little bit like like the rest of the place. Kind of dark, kind of scary. Sounds a little exciting. Somewhere that we can, you know, go have an adventure, explore.
are we even in the same place?
I don't know. I don't know if sounds like a good adventure, but we definitely should go figure out what's going on.
Quills, I'd like to kind of look around at the environment a little bit and kind of sense. Someone asked that question of if we're even in the same place. And Quills will start to think maybe we're in some sort of magical setting or other dimension, maybe. And I'm going to cast Detect Magic and gaze around the room to see if this is a magical setting or environment.
Detect magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Alright, and so as you cast that, you definitely, there is a lot of magic just kind of emanating out of everything. When Quills detects magic, what does it usually look like?
Quills' eyes are infused with this glow of blue light that seems to burst like flashes of light from his eyes as he looks and gazes upon the surroundings.
In that case, you are almost blinded by how much blue light you are now seeing. It seems that everything around you has some sort of magic that is touching it.
Does he have to roll for blindness?
Quills kind of pulls back at this and wherever we are surrounded in magic.
The question is it good magic or bad magic? That's why our Lord and Savior Genericus endowed me with divine sense. I'll cast about and try to figure out if there's a presence of evil, and if so, where it might be lurking.
Divine sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so with that, you definitely sense a very, very noxious odor. It's one of the worst smells that you've ever smelled, and yes, it is the smell of brimstone.
I should know the type of evil being. Celestial fiend or undead?
It is fiend.
It would definitely be fiend. Oh yeah.
With the detect magic, do I sense the school of magic that I'm seeing? Is it illusion or some other form?
It is not illusion, but it's pretty much everything else has a presence there. So you know that everything that is there is real. You are definitely seeing it, but there are other magical properties to every stone.
And did you say we woke without any of our gear on us?
Yes. Except for what you went to sleep in.
Okay, so I don't have my staff or my backpack anymore.
What if one of us slept
That's fine.
naked?
Well,
Then you would be naked.
Then we at least have one weapon.
that's exactly right. So wait, is it just what we slept in, or anything that was in our bed?
Anything that was in your bed.
Okay, yeah, because I do sleep with a dagger under my bed. Or under my pillow, excuse me.
Okay, then you do have a dagger.
Okay,
And Locke has his gun.
because he sleeps with his gun under his
I
pillow.
sure do.
I mean, why
Is
wouldn't
there
you?
anything around I can use as a weapon?
Quills.
Well, there are some spikes and things sticking out of the ground.
Just pick up the
And-
gnome. Just beat him with them. Then he can cast magic while you're doing that. It'd be a great combo.
Right.
Combo.
I'm gonna try and rip off one of the spikes, and if that doesn't work, well, I'm using the gnome.
See, there it is.
Well, let's not stick around much longer. Let's figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that was a strength save. Can I get a strength check, please?
Oh, he criticaled that one too. Boo.
8. Well, I shouldn't even have had you roll that, because as you reach down to grab it, it's almost like you have no physical connection with the spike for some reason. Your hand just goes right through it, as if you were made of vapor.
What about the wall? I touched the wall.
But strong vapor.
Same thing. Same thing.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so apparently either we have been transported out of our bodies, or our bodies have been transformed into something that can move through solid objects.
I was gonna say I would run straight at the wall right in front of me, just full speed.
Okay, you go straight through it.
Okay.
Well, that's nifty. It's gonna be very helpful. Sneaking around, sneaking about, going through walls.
Well, let's
I hope this doesn't mean we're dead.
let's not stand around. Let's figure out what's going on.
I run back through the wall. Sorry, go ahead.
Head down the hallway, Brady.
I'm
Okay.
gonna follow closely behind Locke.
Yeah, I stay with Locke as well.
All right, Locke, as you start walking down the hallway, you hear 3 voices that are all very similar, but at the same time, in their own way, distinct, talking quietly to each other in the large room that's across the hall from all of your rooms.
Oh, so like this up here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so when I was walking this way. Okay. Well, then I just I walk through the wall. I hear some voices, guys. Let's check it out. See if they know what's going on.
Follow close behind.
Okay. Are all of you now in the room?
I don't know. Did Lord Cypher and Dave follow us?
I followed really late because I was still looking around and trying to figure things out. So
Gotcha.
I'm the last straggler.
Hey, time out. Before we go any further, I'm going to try to use naturally stealthy and try to just hide myself behind Locke. That's why I'm sticking so close behind him.
Naturally stealthy, you can attempt to hide even when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
That's me.
And that was a stealth check of 13. Okay.
Sweet.
Alright, so as the three of you, so that would be Locke, Roscoe, and Quills, as you walk through the wall,
Whoa, that was weird.
you see these three demons just standing there as if they were waiting for you to arrive. And they look at you and go,
I shoot it.
okay, you can try.
By the way,
Go for
I
it.
see these demons. I'm going like, holy cow, bang!
Okay.
I rolled a 17 to hit.
Okay, that does not hit because your bullet goes straight through them.
Boo! I look at my gun. I'm like, well, I guess that's not going to work.
That's what they call a plot hole.
I holster my gun after that. I'm like, hello, gentlemen.
My lovely sisters and I needed to speak with you. Yes, darling sisters. Oh, precious sisters, it looks as if the molehound blood did bring them to us. I knew that it would. This is the first time that we've allowed live ones in our home.
Are they speaking common?
They are speaking common.
Okay.
Because they want to communicate with you and they know that you speak common.
Gotcha. Just making sure. All right, ladies.
Please,
What's going on?
have a seat.
They motion towards these stone couches that are around a pit, a burning pit, where you see actual, like, human skulls in the pit.
Please, take a seat.
I'll stay right here, thank you. We can communicate from this distance.
As you will. Where are your other companions? They're not afraid of our home, are they?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll be along shortly. But maybe we could get a little bit more information about your home. We don't know where we are. So, lovely ladies, tell us where we are.
Why, you are in our home. It is different than your home, yet it is the same as your home. Oh, precious sisters, they do not understand our realm. Whatever shall we do? Oh, darling sisters, do not worry. They shall understand it in time. But, lovely sisters, they shall not understand if that Gwyn is whispering lies in their ear.
What's a Gwyn?
I think that was the person who invited us over.
Oh,
That had the seal on the parchment.
Is that
Sir Gwyn, King.
Right. So what is it that you want with us, and why did you bring us to your home?
We brought you to our home to have an understanding that you should leave or help us.
Is it
Yes, you can help us.
Is it normally your custom to kidnap people to help them understand what you're doing? It's not a very conducive thing to take people when they're sleeping.
Lovely sisters, this one thinks it is kidnapped. Oh, darling sisters, it is not kidnapped. Oh, precious sisters, this one can leave if it would like. Or it can go into our pit if it would like. But that might be difficult given its current circumstance. Oh yes, precious sisters. Given its current circumstance, it cannot enter the pit. Oh, that is a shame, lovely sisters. It would make a lovely meal.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on dinner, thank you. So, what is it that you want from us? If you don't tell us, then we'll just take our leave. If you say that we can leave.
We need Gwyn to be removed from the castle walls. Yes! We've been trying to get at his little lizard pet for years, and his lizard pet doesn't listen to us, does it, lovely sisters? No, it does not, darling sisters. Oh, precious sisters, if only we could get the lizard pet as well. But we shall satisfy ourselves on Gwyn's blood.
And why would we do this for you? Why would we remove Gwyn? I mean, he is offering to pay us.
It's true. He offered us money.
And what are you offering us except to eat us? That's not very, I would rather take the money personally, but, why do we want to do this for you?
No, we shall not eat you, not right away. And you could choose to leave, couldn't it, precious sisters? Oh, it could, darling sisters. Oh, lovely sisters. It could leave if it should so choose. But if it should stay, then it should help us and not be eaten by us. That is right, darling sisters. Oh, but the fairies have helped us, and it is not going well, lovely sisters. No, they no longer trust us, darling sisters. Oh, but we shall break through, precious sisters.
I wouldn't really trust you very much either. I mean, our options are help you kill someone who's wanting to pay us money to help them, or to leave and then you'll eat us.
Well, I mean, if they're going to pay us more money, I'm good with that. I don't mind taking more money, kill somebody.
Helping evil's not an option.
Ah, you have joined us, tall one.
Evil's a perspective, really.
I would not say that we are evil, we just need to survive. Yes, and the Green One won't let us survive. Will it, lovely sisters? No, it shall not, darling sisters, nor its lizard pet, precious sisters.
It's not evil, it's work.
Quills takes a step forward. Why are you so interested in this pet lizard of Sir Gwyn's?
Oh, because he helps the Gwyn. Yes, he helps it. He helps it dearly, precious sisters. But, darling sisters, we cannot get to it. We thought we could. We thought it was one like us, lovely sisters. But it is not. Where is the one that may be like us, darling sisters? Yes, the one with the horns, precious sisters. Where is that one? It speaks our language, darling sisters.
And that's when Dave walks in.
And it has arrived!
Whoa. Hey.
Welcome. On behalf of my lovely sisters, we welcome you to our home. Yes, young one, we can tell that you may be of assistance to us. Isn't that right, precious sisters? Yes, darling sisters.
Were you those three broads I saw in my meditations?
Why, yes, we did visit you. And you seem to be more receptive of us than the others, who looked on us with a horror in their eyes. Isn't that right, darling sisters?
I was about ready to kill you. I was going to shoot you in the eye with an arrow. I wasn't scared. I was ready to fight back, protect me mum.
Oh, precious sisters, this small one does not understand our power yet. But it shall, lovely sisters, when we are dining on its corpse.
I am going to step out from behind Locke and look them in the eye.
They all just stare blankly back at you.
Then I'm going to do like a showdown staring contest type deal and just look sternly at them and just wait to see what happens next.
This one may not be intelligent, lovely sisters. Yes, it may be even more dumb than the lizard one. Oh, I doubt that, darling sisters. Maybe the lizard pet of Gwyn. Yes, the lizard pet. We hate it.
Well, this has been, enlightening. But I'd like to leave now. Can you show me the door?
Shall we send them back, precious sisters? Why, yes, darling sisters. But we shall send them with a gift, lovely sisters. Oh, yes, a parting gift. We must give them a parting gift from our home, lovely sisters.
And with that, there is a bright red light. And you are in the room of this lovely elven maiden who got this humongous room all to herself, and she looks aghast
Is she hot?
at the five of you as a couple of you are brandishing weapons, and you appear out of nowhere, and Roscoe, specifically, your dagger is dripping with some sort of strange blood. And this elven woman screams at the top of her lungs.
Whoopsie,
And
go clean that off. I'm gonna start wiping it down. Anyway, sorry.
And into the room rushes Scuzz Field Bucket, and he goes,
Hey, what was that? What was that? Sirs, what are you doing in here? This is a private chamber. She requested privacy, and who have you hurt? A silver, did they hurt you at all? Get out of this room!
Right then, I'm just gonna start walking away. Just like casually. Towards the door.
Alright. Sorry about that, ma'am. And I tilt my hat to her, and I'm like, oh, by the way, Bucket, you have demons in the castle, just so you know. And I leave.
and he looks at you like that's one of the most obvious things that you could have said, but, still trying to show a little bit of shock on his face, like, what? No. Demons? What?
I need to be clear that 1D10 the show does not endorse sneaking into women's rooms in the middle of the night with a bloody knife. But let's see what happens next time on 1D10 the show!